Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much if you've been here before. So today I wanted to do a quick September 2021 new moon in Virgo kind of forecast, what to expect, what type of work to do, just kind of advice from Spirit for this new moon in Virgo in the month of September 2021. And the new moon should be happening on the 6th or 7th, and this is going to upload on the 5th. So, that should give you some time to listen to this and work with this energy. Just so you know, typically, the moon energies can be felt about 2 days before, days, not weeks, 2 days before, 2 days after. So for this Virgo new moon, the new moon is, the dark night sky. We don't typically see the moon as we would on a full moon. So the new moon is all about potential. What can we bring? What can come to us? Virgo is hermit energy. The hermit card in tarot is the Virgo card. So think hermit energy, where there is a little bit of, feeling a little restless, needing to kind of withdraw, kind of take a break, go within yourself, feeling the need to perhaps ground your energy this new moon around these few days before, a few days after. So with this new moon, there is going to kind of be this seeking, if you will, right? We're thinking hermit. So you're seeking something. For many of you, seeking adventure, change, realizing that certain things that you've been doing have not been helping you get to where you want to be. So there will be, wanting to try new things, wanting to create change, wanting to be perhaps a bit more productive. And that's what causes that energy to kind of feel restless and a little bit contained. So let's jump right into the reading. I wanted to give some background on that new moon. I did things differently this time, so I picked a Soul Truth card for each pile. I have not seen the other cards, so it'll be interesting to see how these fit with the rest of the reading. But the pile number 1 is going to be, who can I serve today? Pile number 2 is going to be, where am I called to use my voice right now? And pile number 3 is going to be, how can I be more flexible right now? So take a few minutes to ground, center yourself, and ask yourself which pile has a message for you. And let's jump right in. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to who can I serve today? And if you missed the intro and you want to know more about the new moon and what's going to be happening, you can go back. It was only about, I think, 2 minutes and some change to listen about that. But let's jump right into the reading. And as a reminder, it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So you pick the card, who can I serve today? And this card says, in a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in service to others. Who needs you today? Listen to your heart, who needs you. Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. I'm going to put that, hopefully it stands, but right there. Maybe not. Let's do that. So let's get started. And that's something good to ponder as we kind of jump into this reading. Very interesting. We have the Star, 10 of Swords. Okay. All right, pile number 1. So these are actually complement each other quite well. So this Virgo, September 2021, Virgo full moon. It's very interesting that you were drawn to who can I serve today? And then that you also pulled the Star and 10 of Swords. Because this is someone who has been through the ringer. If you look at the 10 of Swords, I mean, she has 10 swords piercing through her, one of them even going through her neck. But at the same time, if we also look at the image in this specific card, she's also kind of going on with her life. She's trying to carry on and make sure everything is as normal as it can be, right? Normal. Because she's still on her phone. She's trying not to recognize her own pain. Then we have the star here, which is all about hope. It's about healing, right? We see that water there. Healing. Healing of the emotional body, healing of the spiritual body. It's about not losing faith and optimism in dark times. And for my pile number ones, you are usually a light to others. You are someone that loves to give to others, to connect to others, to provide to others. Some of you could be in some sort of service-based career, or you could be wanting to go into that. I do get the feeling that for some people in my pile number one, you are either expanding or getting ready to launch a business. Entrepreneurship is what I'm getting. For some of you, it could be a career that is going to be providing a service to others. It could be something like tarot, something like Reiki, energy healing. It could be coaching. It could be, anything where you are giving people hope and faith. And some of you counselors as well. And you understand what it's like to be in this energy. You are someone that wants to give other people hope. And Spirit is asking that for many of you, you also work on giving yourself hope as well. That you work on giving yourself love and compassion and kindness as well. Because you're very good at giving that to others. But Spirit is saying, for this Virgo new moon, for some of you, you are launching something, you are expanding, you're going to see kind of results on what you've been working on. But on top of that, make sure that you give to yourself, make sure that you allow room and space for healing. Make sure that you, for some of you, put the phone down, the computer down, the device, whatever that device is, down. And just feel into your body and connect with what's happening. Some of you are very good at alchemy, spiritual alchemy. For some reason, amethyst is coming in for this pile. Working with amethyst would be very helpful. But this is also saying, pile number one, that you're kind of leaving the dark night of the soul. And you're helping others do that as well. You're helping others journey through that as well. But again, it's kind of saying, yes, how can you serve today? But also remember to serve yourself as well. Remember to take care of yourself as well. Let's take a look at what must be surrendered, right? Because typically in the full moon is when we surrender something. But it's good to keep in mind what we should let go of, especially in the new moon, so something new can come in. Because, in order to receive, we have to have space. Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, the S word, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. I must say, I'm not surprised to see this here. Because the 10 of Swords, the way that she's playing with that phone, even though everything seems to be kind of going to crap, if you will, she's avoiding. And what are addictions? Addictions are ways that we avoid. Whatever it is that we replace, whatever it is that we use, work with, whether it's a phone. Some of us, we're addicted to our phones. Some of us, it's a substance like alcohol or drugs. Others, it's something completely different. It doesn't always have to be drugs, alcohol, or any sort of substance. It could be, for some people, it could be sugar. It could be, again, the phone, the computer, work, whatever it is. So you are being asked this new moon to kind of take a break. If you catch yourself scrolling, can you take a break? Can you let go of whatever your escapism is, whatever that crutch is, whatever it is that you fall onto when you're trying to avoid certain feelings, emotions? How can you bring in a healthier alternative? So this doesn't mean you're never going to use your phone again, using the phone as the example. But it's saying, how can you take a break from it so that you can really fully connect to yourself? Let's look at the animal. I picked an animal that each pile can work with during this new moon. Raven magic. Own your power. I love it. I love it, pile number one. Yeah, for some of you, connecting with the raven, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through some sort of automatic writing, whether it's just putting something that reminds you of a raven on your altar, whether it's going out and, trying to connect with the raven spirit out in nature, whatever that means for you. The spirit animal that's guiding my pile number ones during this new moon is the raven, and it's about owning your power. And for some of you, to own your power is to stop mindlessly doing something just to avoid yourself. Because some of you, there's some fear of what's going to happen if you face something in your life. And this is saying, we're going to own this. We're going to manifest in this. For some of you, you're finally going to be recognized for something you've been doing. In work, career, even your own business. Black cat, fortune meets opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity happening for this pile, and it feels very spiritual because we have the raven and we have the black cat. These are very spiritual animals. For some of you, if you've been thinking about doing something, whether it's, creating content, whether it's starting your own business, expanding your business, putting more energy into your business, into your spirituality, this is the time to do it. Because there's an opportunity coming, and it's going to be up to you if you embrace it or not. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. Yep. Whatever it is that you've been filling your time with, there's a need to pause. This is kind of very receptive energy. Because we have the 10 of Swords and she's kind of laying down. She is scrolling through the phone, but you are being asked to surrender some addictions. Even though this is about owning your power, this is about being receptive to the opportunities that are trying to come in and accepting the right ones for you. This is divine feminine energy, especially with this raven here. For some of you, you could work with the Morrigan. You don't have to, but she's coming in strongly. And Bast or Bastet, with that black cat there. Morrigan is coming in very strongly for me, though. Manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of condition. Absolutely, pile number one. And this is part of what you're working on. You're just creating your own sense of happiness. And for some of you, working on gratitude. Pausing and being grateful for what you have and knowing that you still have, opportunity to create the things that you don't have and you want. Investigate. Look closely, ask questions, think before acting. Yeah, for some of you in this new moon, it's going to be more about pausing, reflecting, right? And I said that at the beginning. This Virgo, what is Virgo? It's the hermit energy. It's about reflection, seeking, not necessarily taking action right away. And for this new moon, you are being asked to ask questions and think before acting. There will be opportunities. But not all that glitters is gold, pile number one. So make sure that you are really seeking within yourself before you accept anything. And that's what's sacred about pausing, right? About taking time, giving yourself space and time to decide before just jumping right into something. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. Absolutely. And we have that 8 here with this card, and that 8 is all about manifesting, right? Infinity, creating. The ups and downs as well, because when we're here, we're up, then we go down, then we go up. You know what I mean? If you draw the 8, it's actually just the infinity symbol. And if you work with that, if you work with symbols or sigils, I highly recommend that this pile works with the infinity symbol. For some of you, what I'm seeing is a red candle, red or black candle, or both if you can. Carve the infinity symbol and do it in a meditative state, and then burn that. Obviously, don't leave it unattended. Candle safety, pile number 1. But that's what I'm getting for some of you in this pile. If that resonates with you, do it. If it does not, don't do it. This is vibras, vibrations, feel to see, flowing, high vibration, music healing, dance, personal ceremony is needed. Yeah, for some of you, it would be very good to do some sort of ritual ceremony during this new moon. Kind of do something hands-on. And your vibration is definitely lifting. And we have the Star and the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords, remember, it's rock bottom, but the good thing is that the only way to go from there is up. And the Star is alchemy, faith, light after darkness, healing after trauma. For some of you, make sure that while you do your... Sorry, something's coming in. So while you do your ritual, if you're going to do the candle, make sure that you're playing some music. For some of you, I am getting like a storm, like to play the natural storm sounds, like a thunderstorm. That's going to really resonate for some of you if you have Sagittarius, like sun, moon, or rising. But I'm hearing like a thunderstorm playing in the background as you do your ritual, or whatever sound healing, music healing would make you feel like you own your power. But for some reason, I'm hearing a thunderstorm. Let's take a look at these two. Self-love. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can. And when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? Yeah, this is about being more kind to yourself, bringing in more self-love. Nature. And I just said thunderstorm sounds or like nature sounds, so very interesting. It's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you're a robot. Get out into nature if you can. To connect to the raven, some of you are going to have to go out into nature. And I think some of you have been seeing ravens. A blessing of the air is what's coming. And what is air? It's the mind, clarity. And we are going to be working with Virgo, which is earth, but it's also seeking. And seeking sometimes, it can relate to air. A blessing of fire. This is the first time I pull this card in this deck. I love it. So we have air and fire. Both of these are very masculine energies. Air and fire are the masculine elements. So you are going to be receiving a blessing of clarity and a fire, kind of a fire lit under you. That's going to give you the ability to do what you need to do and get things done. But on the new moon itself, what I'm getting is for this pile, relaxing, being more receptive, and then allowing those opportunities to come in. Because for some of you, what you are going to be getting clarity on and what you're going to be getting inspiration on is how can I serve today? And for some of you, what's going to become clear is how you are meant to serve in this world. Let's take a look at self-care for this new moon. Connect with the earth. So we had nature and now we have connect with the earth. So go out into nature if you can. For some of you, if you can do some sort of ritual outside, if it's safe for you to do so, feel free. That would actually be very helpful. Very interesting. Earlier I think I said amethyst for this pile. And that to me almost looks like amethyst. So if you feel called and if you have some, work with amethyst. I'm also seeing amethyst underneath the pillow. Wow, connect with crystals. Okay. Yeah, some of you definitely need to connect with crystals. That's reminding me of rose quartz, amethyst, Herkimer diamond is what I am getting, citrine, clear quartz, smoky quartz came in. For some of you, turquoise. All right, pile number 1, that is all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to suggest future videos or let me know what you thought about this video, please leave it in the comment section below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is going to be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sending you so many blessings for this new moon, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to where am I called to use my voice right now. So as a reminder, it's a general reading. If you want to learn more about the new moon, I kind of went over it really quickly. There's also a lot of articles online, but you can go back to the introduction for that. And let's see what we have here. So it says, you have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Today's soul action. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. Very beautiful. I'll try to get that to stand. It's not really working. Very beautiful pile number 2. Let's see what we have for tarot. Let's see what's happening here. Tower. Talk about catalyst, and then we're going into the Tower. And 6 of Cups. I'm going to put that there. All right, so pile number 2. You are drawn to using your voice, speaking your truth. And then we have the 6 of Cups, which is that sense of nostalgia, but it's also our childhood, right? It's the past. It's how we grew up, how we were raised. What we did when we were young little kids, right? You know, our childhood, basically, and we see that child there. And what we typically see in some of the cards is the child and then the older self. And then we have Tower, which is unexpected changes. Which is, you know, you don't see this coming, but the rug has been pulled out from under you. And for my pile number 2s, this full moon is going to bring some healing your way. And this is going to be some inner child healing. And you are going to be given the opportunity to reconnect to a part of yourself, to do some inner child work. Sorry about that. As I was saying, you know, you're going to be given the opportunity. Something, for some of you, something is going to kind of come up. And it's going to be unexpected. It feels like for some of you, it's almost like a memory, bringing, you know, some sort of memory that comes up, some sort of something that triggers a memory or that triggers a feeling within you that was kind of either long forgotten or has been ignored for a little bit. And this is going to create change in your belief system, because I really feel that for some of you, this is a change of beliefs. This is a change of how you approach life, that this is going to kind of give you a new perspective, a new outlook on life moving forward. And for some of you, this inner call, this kind of thing that you cannot ignore, is going to lead you to using your voice, sharing your story, speaking your truth in some way. For this pile, this is very much connected to the throat chakra. This is very much connected to what you share in the world and how you show up in this world. Let's see what else we have here. Let's look at what must be surrendered. Because in order to welcome in the new, we have to let something go. Typically, we do the surrendering during the full moon, but let's take a look at what's coming up here. Surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation, and rejuvenation, if I can speak. All right, pile number 2. For some of you, there's something that's coming or something that has just recently happened and it was unexpected, but it's creating time for you to be able to play more, to connect to yourself more. Part of the inner child work for some of you is so that you can connect to more lighthearted energy. I do think for a few of you, for about half of you, part of that inner child work is going to be a little bit more difficult in the sense of it's going to bring up some heavy stuff, but it's also an opportunity for you to reconnect to the playful side of yourself, because there is a sense of this pile does take things very seriously and it can be very hard for you to just relax and have fun. Archangel Raphael coming in very strongly for this pile. I actually didn't pull any angel cards, but that just came in. Let's take a look at the animal you can work with at this time. Seal imagination, immerse yourself in artistic and creative expression. And we now have 6 of Cups, surrender to play, and the seal with imagination. So the seal is the animal that pile number 2 can work with for when it comes to this new moon, and the spirit animal that you're going to be working with for this new moon. But now we have 6 of Cups, surrender to play, seal with imagination. For many of you, you need to connect to your artistic and creative expression. You need to be able to do something out of the ordinary to kind of bring yourself out of this heavy tower energy. For others of you, you need to play with what's possible because you've gotten yourself into a bit of a rut. For others of you, you want to create something, you want to put something out there, and you're kind of going through creative blockages. Some of you, this is about feeling like you have nothing original to offer. And that's simply not true. And this is also saying if you want to put yourself out there and if you want to share your story, if you want to share your voice with the world, you're going to be able to do that if you connect to your creativity and your imagination. Some of you are dealing with imposter syndrome and you can't quite push past it. And Spirit is asking that you work with yourself and trust yourself more. And the more that you're able to play and get creative, the more that you're going to be able to put yourself out there. Some of you are trying to think your way through this, and this is actually more about being creative and feeling your way through it. Let's see what we have here. Shark, swim away from this situation. And for some of you with shark here, this is about, again, it's almost like you're going to be able to gain a new perspective, a new outlook, see things in a different way for my pile number 2s. And swim away from this situation is saying take a break from whatever that tower moment represents, from whatever heaviness is happening in your life at this time. Take a break from it and kind of go into your imagination, go into your playful self, go into your inner child. You don't have to figure things out right away. For some of you, there could be something happening and you're trying to figure it out right away. If you're trying to share something, share your story, create content, make sure that you kind of take a break from it so that you can gain a different perspective. Don't put so much pressure on creating. Don't put so much pressure on how much you need to get out there and how often. Take a look at these 2 cards. Shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this. Yeah, whatever's happening for my pile number 2s, it's going to be okay. Whatever this tower is, I feel like I have to say it. I feel like for some of you, you may have lost a job. That's what this is feeling like for some of you. Obviously, that's not going to resonate for everyone, but if that's what if that's what's happening, obviously, you may have to look for a job and do the tangible step-by-step things, but don't forget to take a break. And everything is going to be okay. You will make it through this. And that happened to put you on a different path. So don't forget, whatever that heaviness of that tower is, don't forget to take a break, to balance it out somehow, to give yourself mental breaks and emotional breaks from it. Believe, strange encounters. For some of you, you could be intuitives. Others of you, you could be mediums. For others of you, what you're going to create, what you're trying to put out there, that voice that you're trying to put out there, that story, that thing that you're trying to share with everyone, actually has to do with your own encounters with the spirit world. For some of you, you could be someone who sees, again, a medium. So you could be someone who sees people that have passed on, or spirits. And you're trying to put your story out there, and you're trying to put, who you are and what your experience has been out there. And if that's what you're trying to do, this is confirmation that that's for you. And this is just about how to go around about it. How to connect, connect with your imagination. Some of you could be trying to write a piece of fiction around the paranormal. We have Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities, and we have you will make it through this. Shine like a bright, shine bright like a candle. And now we have Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. You can, and we have imagination. Use your imagination and don't trap yourself into believing that something is all that can be. That you have to limit yourself in some way. The lamp, remembrance. Yeah, for my pile number 2s. This definitely has to do with spirit for many of you. Connecting with spirit. Putting your story out there. Sharing your experiences and your knowledge. But you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and that's causing you to kind of hit a block. And that's what you need to walk away. It's not the situation, the whole situation. It's the way that you're going about it. But you will make it through this, especially if you're feeling like a creative block. This is kind of telling you you're going to make it through this. Just remember the infinite possibilities. If you're resonating with that message about this is a job loss, there are so many possibilities that you can't even see yet. And strange encounters here if you connect with that message about the job loss. Synchronicity. Things just kind of falling into place and working out. I'm kind of getting almost like you're walking somewhere and then all of a sudden there's we're hiring and you walk in and it works out perfectly and it was the perfect job for you. Luna Jena, which is full moon, cycles, illumination, integration, nurture self, mother archetype, Ixchel, Mama Kilia. So some of you, whatever this is a continuation from the full moon, the past full moon. For others of you, this is going to culminate in the upcoming full moon. To be honest, I feel like for many of you, this actually started in the last full moon. You were trying to let go of something. You were trying to complete something, release something. And this is kind of the next step. And this is a cycle. Absolutely, there's a cycle here. And integration is about integrating all parts of yourself, right? The creative and the artistic self. With the self that is very analytical, that tends to overthink, that tends to have anxiety. Let's take a look at what these two have to say. Divine timing. Everything is timing and timing is everything. Gladly I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they are doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Yeah, there's divine timing at play here. And I know some people really dislike it when I say that. And trust me, I don't like it myself. But things are definitely working out in the way that they need to. And that's kind of what divine timing means. It means that, sometimes what we're trying to create and what we're trying to manifest involves other people. And everyone has to kind of be at the right point in time for that to unfold. And I do feel that for this pile, whether you're trying to share yourself by creating content, whether you're trying to put a book out there, start a business, find a job, there are other players in whatever this is. And they all need to be ready. And it won't be long. Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar. And the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. Yeah, for some of you, it's about kind of taking some time. And through that creativity, giving yourself a break so that you can kind of figure out which part is just mental chatter and which part is your intuition, your higher self speaking to you. And I'm going through something too, pile number 2, so it's hard to do that. But we have to create the space for it. So the blessings coming your way, a blessing on a new venture. I'm telling you, for some of you, you're either kind of going to start a project, a business. For others of you, this is like about maybe losing a job, having to leave a job. And this is saying there's a blessing on a new venture. There's something new coming in for you. For some of you, you might want to work with the goddess Artemis. Some of you could have Sagittarius heavy in your chart. But definitely goddess Artemis is coming in as a deity that you can work with during this new moon. And then we have a blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. Some of you are absolutely mediums. Some of you connect with past loved ones. Some of you have the ability to connect to spirit, especially those who are crossing over. For some of you, you could be doing some work with hospice. You don't have to be, but that's coming in very strongly for me. For some of you, if you work in energy healing, you could be someone that volunteers at a hospice or hospital to kind of help people do that. And that is an option right now. I've done it. I had someone contact me from a hospice. Obviously, it's not happening right now because of what's happening in the world. But you can go into certain centers. You can even do it at animal shelters if you're into Reiki or some sort of healing modality, Reiki being the one that's mostly known at this time. So you typically pass a background check and they will let you go into a hospital or hospice or even animal shelter, and you can give Reiki to someone that's crossing over or to someone that needs it and doesn't have anyone to spend time with. Different places are going to have different rules around that because of what's happening in the world in September 2021. But keep that in mind because that came to mind, and that's something that's really standing out to me. But there is here, you guys with strange encounters believe. Some of you, what you're realizing is that when you were a child, the paranormal things that you experienced, for some of you, a parent or caretaker kind of blocked that out of your mind by making you not talk about it, by telling you to not say anything. And it's coming back to you. And you're having memories and you're having experiences again. And that's part of what you want to use your voice for. For some of you, it's to share the experience with others. For a few of you, it's to further your gift of mediumship. And we are going into Halloween or Samhain, where we're going to be, the veil is going to be the thinnest it's ever been, right? That's when it's the thinnest. So for some of us, the energy is starting to pick back up. If anyone is struggling with their gift of mediumship and you need advice on like how to just turn it off a bit or kind of set some boundaries, reach out in the comment section and I can definitely give you some tips. Because I've dealt with that and it's hard. But I don't want to take too much time here just in case no one needs that. Make an altar. Yeah, some of you making an altar where you can connect to your angels, spirit guides, past loved ones. For some of you, Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, is going to be very important if that's important in your culture. For others of you, having an altar for the ancestors. If you're resonating with the mediumship message, I do feel at least one person in your family was a medium. And you can connect, and it feels like a past loved one, an ancestor, and you could connect with them. And then we have abundance planning. Yeah, plan what you want, plan your abundance, write down a budget. Because for some of you, it feels like this has to do with work, career. For others of you, this feels completely more spiritual. So take it as it resonates. But for everyone, do some abundance planning. around what you want to do, where your money's at, what you need more money for. Be mindful of how you are talking about money as well, pile number 2. All right, pile number 2, that is all I have for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the how can I be more flexible right now? And as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So we have here, what are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Very interesting. All right, we're going to put that over there. And if you want more information on the new moon, I did kind of a very quick overview at the intro. You can go back to that, but let's jump right into the reading. We have the 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Okay. Set those back there. All right, pile number 3. Things are feeling heavy. I mean, just if we look at just this image on the 10 of Wands, we realize that, things are heavy right now. She has those 10 wands and she's trying to kind of stand them up or keep them up, and she's struggling to do that. She's really struggling to do that. She's you can see her hunched over, and you can see it's taking quite a bit of effort. That's kind of what's happening for my pile number 3s. You're trying to control. You're trying to keep things together, if you will. You are trying to keep it. I almost feel like I'm trying to keep it all together and it's just about to fall apart. And I'm trying so hard not to let things fall apart. I'm trying not to let things get to me. I'm trying to be more flexible, but it's really hard because at the same time, I have to keep up with everything that's happening in my life. And there's a lot going on for my pile number 3s right now. For some of you, there's even a feeling of perhaps someone trying to pull a fast one on you. Someone trying to get away with something that they're not meant to get away with. Someone trying to, if we look at this, she's kind of almost stealing, right? We see those 7 swords there and she's walking away with 5 of them. So there is this sense of deception, a feeling betrayed. Someone perhaps getting away with something and leaving you to deal with everything else. For some of you, what I'm getting, and this is very specific, so take it as it resonates, and this is only going to apply for some of you. For some of you, a partner walked away. And they did so unexpectedly, and they left you with bills, perhaps even some kids, that you're kind of having to do things on your own. For others of you, this could have been a betrayal from a job, a place of employment. Could have been a friend. For some of you, this is also kind of inviting you to be more strategic, to prioritize, to remind yourself that you can't take care of everything for everyone. That you also need help. That it's okay to ask for help. And for some of you, that's hard because it's kind of, but who can I trust at this time? And I get that, pile number 3. For some of you, there's kind of almost a self-deception around what you can and cannot do. And if you're resonating with the message of self-deception, it's basically you fooling yourself to thinking that you can keep up with something that you've been doing that's been depleting your energy. And that you can keep up with it as long as you work hard enough. And you're barely keeping it together now. So that's why you're being asked to prioritize. You're being asked to figure out, be more strategic. Figure out what needs your attention right now and what can be left to someone else, or what no longer needs your attention. So this Virgo new moon is going to be about my pile number 3s. Being more honest with yourself about what you can and cannot take on, and what's yours to carry and what's not even yours to carry anymore. Let's take a look at the other cards. So I picked the surrender card because when we're trying to bring something new, we need to create space for it. Even though most people do, they're surrendering, they're letting go during the full moon. But let's take a look at what we have here. And look at this, pile number 3. Surrender to receiving support and love. You deserve it, pile number 3. Some of you are doing so much for so many people. And I feel like for some of you, you even live with people and you're like doing the cleaning, the cooking, the laundry, the working. And whoever's in your household is just kind of not doing much. Delegate, prioritize, delegate, strategize. And this card says, allow the love and support of others in. Rather than trying to handle everything yourself, this can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. And that's what my pile number 3s need. Some of you need to be nurtured. Some of you need time to just kind of go into like even a spa. I don't even know if spas are fully open at this time everywhere, but even if it's a spa day for yourself in your own home where you can unplug and disconnect. And for some of you, I'm almost hearing, well, who's going to help me? For some of you, it's about speaking up. For others of you, spirit is helping you. Talk to your angels, talk to your spirit guides, ask for help. But I think for most of you, there is an actual person or persons in your life that can help. And I don't think that they're aware how much pressure you have on you. Buffalo, about abundance. You are provided for in all ways. And this is the animal that you can work with during this new moon. This is the spirit animal you can connect with. So for my pile number 3s, it's the buffalo. Connect to the buffalo in meditation, writing exercises, whatever way you feel connected to. You can put like a picture of a buffalo on your altar if you have an altar. Fill in the blank, whatever feels comfortable for you. But the buffalo message here is that you are abundant and you are provided for. There's a need to really prioritize, and I know I keep saying that, but you are so overwhelmed and so overworked. And it's hard to be flexible when you have so much going on. But that's what you want. That's why you were drawn to this. Ask for help and support. And it's okay to do that because I feel like for some of you, there's almost shame or guilt in admitting that you need help and support. Some of you are taking on too much at work. And this 7 of Swords represents a boss that's letting it happen. That even though that they know you're doing too much, they're kind of letting it happen because it works for them. That's very specific, but that's coming in as well. Let's take a look at what we have here. Sundress, do it for you. Yeah, this is saying do whatever you want to do it for yourself. Take a break, treat yourself. Take care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Some of you need a massage. If you have a partner, ask them for a massage. And 4 + 1 is 5. 5 is the number of change. Create change for yourself, pile number 3. See what we have with Alice. Set your course. Know where you wish to go. Have a plan. I was going to say a flan. Oh my God. The right direction. I apparently am thinking about dessert. Okay, so pile number 3. What did I say? Strategize and prioritize. Where do you want to go? Where is your end goal? Where is your end game? Great movie. Watch that, by the way. But have a plan. You need to figure out what you want, what's important. You need to prioritize. You're going to have to let some things go. You're juggling too many balls in the air at this point. This is about focusing your intention on what you want to focus on. There's too much from too many different directions. For some of you, there's a lot at work, there's a lot at home, there's a lot with your friends. Like, you get home from a long day at work, then you have to deal with the chores. Then you have to deal, if you have kids, then you have to deal with, maybe a friend calling you to kind of dump their stuff on you. You need boundaries, pile number 3. Belong to your own dream. Create your own life. Yeah, for some of you, this is saying it's okay to focus on yourself at this time. You don't have to be everything for everyone. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. Let's take a look at what we have here. Divine masculine, conflict, power, solar plexus, Mars, dark night of the soul. I can't say the other one, so I'm not even going to try. And we have that Black Panther there, power. For some of you, it could be the Black Panther, could be the buffalo, Saint Germain and Bast or Bastet coming in for me. Archangel Azrael as well coming in for this pile. Because for some of you, there's a need to kind of release, let go. Lay some things down. With that divine masculine, there is a sense of conflict here. But this is also saying you're operating from the divine masculine. You are the one doing, taking action, making things work for everyone. Allow yourself to be receptive. Balance your masculine with the feminine. Allow the divine feminine to get some, to connect with you. Operates from a more balanced place. Skull of light, illumination. For some of you, things are becoming more clear. And for some of you, what you struggle with is disappointing people, saying no. And that's why you've taken on so much. Sometimes you're so tired, but somebody will call you and they'll kind of try to dump their stuff on you and you'll just take it. Spirit is saying that's kind, but we need you to take care of yourself. Midnight, the most magical hour of all. Yeah, this is about you connecting to your intuition, to your divine feminine. This is also about you starting anew, a new beginning here. Reconnecting to your having time for yourself. Reconnecting to your higher self. Reconnecting to your own life, plugging back into your own life. Again, strategize, prioritize, focused. Focused intent is what I meant to say. Forgiveness. Congratulations. You're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is. Forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great peace. For many of you, this is about cultivating inner peace, and this new moon is going to help you do that. It's going to create the space for you to do that. This is also about forgiving yourself, because I think you offer forgiveness to others. I almost get that my pile number 3s are the type to say, no biggie. Yeah, it's okay. No, yeah, I got it. It's okay. Yeah, no, I got it. This is about forgiving yourself more than anyone else, pile number 3. Then we have playfulness. I am a playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Heavy burden, 10 of Swords. Mary Poppins puts sugar in the medicine for a reason. The lady really knows how to party. For some of you, I really do get some of you need to put some of those heavy burdens down. And that's why you're being asked to prioritize and figure out where you want to go and create your own life and do it for you. And allow others to help you, love you, support you, ask for help and support. But you also need more playfulness in your life, pile number 3. Let's look at what blessings this new moon is bringing in. A blessing of protection. Yeah, you are protected. Archangel Michael as well, if you want to work with Archangel Michael. Because there's definitely angelic. For this pile, there's a lot of angels around you. spirit guides as well, but there's definitely angelic and spiritual protection around you. And I don't think you realize just how much people love you. Because I do think that you run across people that like to take advantage, but I also think that you have so many people that love you that don't realize just how much you've taken on, how hard it is to keep up. Oh, this is different. Morrigan's blessing of peace after battle. You can work with the Morrigan. If you were drawn to a different pile, you may want to listen to that as well, because there's similarities here. But you can work with the goddess, the Morrigan, as well. And this is kind of saying, the Morrigan's blessing of peace after battle, because for some of you, it's almost like you're in a battle right now. You've been doing so much, and it's been so much to keep up with, that it's almost like you're in a battle. And there's peace coming your way. There's an opportunity for peace, but you kind of have to meet the universe halfway. Let's take a look at self-care you can do during this new moon. Be still. Absolutely. Pile number 3. For some of you, meditating, being still, just being. Allowing yourself to rest, regenerate. Spending time with yourself. Not doing anything. Just being. Massage. Isn't this the pile? I feel like I said this. I said this in one of the piles, and I think it was this pile. Yeah, I think I said some of you need a massage. If you know someone, if you have a partner, ask them. If you can get out there and get yourself a massage. Again, I don't know what's happening where you live. September 2021, things are still crazy. But if you feel comfortable, do that. For some of you, even kind of getting massage oils and kind of rubbing it on yourself. But I feel like for others of you, it's about having someone else do it. Some of you, massaging the lower back, upper back, and temples would be very helpful. Even the hands, that's standing out to me, the hands. Some of you are overworked. Some of you could be typing all day. Carpal tunnel, almost, is what I'm feeling. But I do have carpal tunnel, so it could be my own thing that's coming up here. All right, pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.